2 or more years of experience. Our drivers make $100,000 to $120,000 a year driving 3 to 4 weeks at a time. Don't miss your chance to start driving with C1 Transportation and call our recruiter right now.
At Play It Again Sports, you can recycle your quality used sports and fitness gear, get paid on the spot, and find the best deals on what you and your whole family need for any sports season. Be sustainable and extend the life of your gear at Play It Again Sports.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway, a 2-on-0, a shot, and a goal! So 3-3, the power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Robert Mitten. As you can see, I'm part of the C1 team. C1 is gonna be number 1. I had a Class B CDL license for about 4 years. I just upgraded to a Class A. When it comes to experience, I have about 6 months experience. I found this company by a good friend of mine named Andy. He also helped my cousin get in named Ricardo. And we have a friend of mine named Twan. He's here with us. It's a great company to work for. It's a growing company. Also, my supervisor, Danny, he's the best. He's a real good guy, man. Hey, Danny. With all the other drivers, everybody here, we all get along. We work together as a team. That's pretty much it, guys. Just, if you're interested, apply. It's a great company to work for. The staff is perfect. C1 is gonna be number 1.
Welcome into the pregame show on SBS. We are here at the College of DuPage for the United Premier Soccer League Midwest Central Divisional Championships. And Chicago Nation midfielder Will Butler is kind enough to join us for the pregame here. And welcome into the pregame show on SBS. We are here at the College of DuPage for the United Premier Soccer League Midwest Central Divisional Championships. And Chicago Nation midfielder Will Butler is kind enough to join us for the pregame here. And Will, when you look at what this team has been able to do this season, undefeated coming into today, what has been so great about this group and how you've been successful this season?
Well, for me, I think we've been here, right? We've done this before. I think this year was a good year for us because we've worked very hard with the group that we've had here for a couple years. We've added a couple extra people in to help us out, and everybody that comes here every week ready to do their, a job. There's not ego or any of that. It's been great.
Well, that's one thing that I noticed about you guys playing at Sueño. It's just how well you can share the ball, your possession with the game, and the trust that you have in each other. Can you give us more of an insight of what it's like to play with some of these forwards that can score goals, the midfield that can move the ball, and how well that group is clicking?
Yeah, I mean, this has been a great year for us. Everybody's been working together for a long time, so it is great to play with one of the teams here where if you come out and things aren't really starting to go the direction you want them to, that you can just get the ball into somebody else's feet and have the ability to be like, you can get the job done today. It's a wonderful thing.
When you look at some of the forwards that you're working with, Capitanos, Graffin, especially coming from the midfield, what do you see in them and that group and how well developed they are and how they can put balls in the back of the net?
Well, the best thing about each of them is they don't really need anybody else to score. You can give them the ball in a good spot, let them go 1v1, and they'll get the job done. It's great to have people like that on your team.
Looking on the defensive end, how much trust you have in this defensive core and especially your goalkeeper?
I mean, the goalkeeper we have, I've been playing with him for years here and other places. I personally think he's probably the best goalkeeper in the state. So that's always a great thing to know. Even if they beat the rest of us, you have one guy there who's going to stop the ball every time.
Is there something different about this team in the postseason or during the playoffs that was really making this team click, or even a team mantra that you've taken into in the postseason?
I mean, I think our big thing this year is everybody started the year with the goal of let's win the national championship. So we've been so close a couple times that they just came together, but he's like, we need to get it done. I think the big mantra this year is nobody's going to have any excuses. Go in, get the job done.
Well, there's a lot on the line, too, because if you win the national championship, you get a bid into the Open Cup, right? I mean, is that an incentive here for this team?
Yeah, that's 100% an incentive, especially for the younger guys on the team. That gives them an opportunity to have professional scouts see them and things like that, where you don't really get that in a lot of other leagues. It's been great.
And I think with that birth into the first round playoffs, that has really exposed to the national landscape of soccer the talent that's in the Midwest. Can you expand upon that, especially how the Midwest division has expanded into the East?
Yeah, I mean, the Midwest division here used to be pretty small, but now you have multiple divisions within the Midwest, and they're all good quality teams. There's very few easy games. So it's been great to see the league grow and expand, and I think having that option now, if you win the national championship, is only going to bring more competition in. It's a good thing for the UPSL as a whole.
Well, enjoy today's game. We appreciate the time, Will. Thanks so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good one.
All right, stick around. We have the first kick coming back here on SBS.
You love your pet, so why not protect them with genuine Subaru pet-friendly accessories? Choose from harnesses, carriers, kennels, ramps, cargo liners, seat covers, and so much more. Show your best friend a little love. Go to GeraldSubaruNaperville.com to learn more.
Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Robert Mitten. As you can see, I'm part of the C1 team. C1 is gonna be number one. I had a Class B CDL license for about 4 years. I just upgraded to a Class A. When it comes to experience, I have about 6 months experience. I found this company by a good friend of mine named Andy. He also helped my cousin get in named Ricardo. And we have a friend of mine named Twan. He's here with us. It's a great company to work for. It's a growing company. Also, my supervisor, Danny, he's the best. He's a real good guy, man. Hey, Danny. With all the other drivers, everybody here, we all get along. We work together as a team. That's pretty much it, guys. Just, if you're interested, apply. It's a great company to work for. The staff is perfect. C1 is gonna be number one.
Hi guys, this is Alan from C1 Transportation. I have good news. We are hiring over-the-road drivers with 2 or more years of experience. Our drivers make $100,000 to $120,000 a year driving 3 to 4 weeks at a time. Don't miss your chance to start driving with C1 Transportation and call our recruiter right now.
Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Robert Mitten. As you can see, I'm part of the C1 team. C1 is gonna be number one. I had a Class B CDL license for about 4 years. I just upgraded to a Class A. When it comes to experience, I have about 6 months experience. I found this company by a good friend of mine named Andy. He also helped my cousin get in named Ricardo. And we have a friend of mine named Twan. He's here with us. It's a great company to work for. It's a growing company. Also, my supervisor, Danny, he's the best. He's a real good guy, man. Hey, Danny. With all the other drivers, everybody here, we all get along. We work together as a team. That's pretty much it, guys. Just, if you're interested, apply. It's a great company to work for. The staff is perfect. C1 is gonna be number one.
Are you fed up with not having a good lead partner? eDirects.com can help with that. Quality leads at affordable pricing. It's real-time leads, it's set pricing, and it saves you money. eDirects, do business at eDirects.com. Get started today.
Hand therapists are highly equipped to help patients who require wound care, suture removals, and dressing changes. This includes, but is not limited to, burns, lacerations, skin grafts, incisions, and post-surgical suture removal. Wound care is a truly all-encompassing process. A hand therapist can
You love your pet, so why not protect them with genuine Subaru pet-friendly accessories? Choose from harnesses, carriers, kennels, ramps, cargo liners, seat covers, and so much more. Show your best friend a little love. Go to GeraldSubaruNaperville.com to learn more.
You are a seasoned loan originator. You've been around the block and have the portfolio to prove it. You should work here. You expect to be compensated fairly. You've earned the freedom to do what you're good at and the support that makes it possible. You should work here. You're a builder of relationships, a cultivator of trust, a deliverer of dreams. You should work here. You are a team player, a culture enhancer, and on most days, a smile provider. You should work here.
We are Wintrust Mortgage,
one of Chicago's top workplaces
for the past 7 years in a row.
And in case we haven't made it clear,
we want you to work here.
Step into Play Again Sports and step up your game. We pay our customers to recycle their quality used sports and fitness gear, so our products are not only high quality, but also locally sourced. Extend the life of your gear and get paid on the spot at Play It Again Sports.
Welcome into the pregame show on SBS. We are here at the College of
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another production of Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. I'm Kyle Smith alongside my partner and good friend, Kara Lentz. It's 5:08 p.m., Kara, which means it's about some time for some UPSL soccer. It's Goshen City, the visiting team. They're taking on Chicago Nation FC.
Well, it's going to be a great matchup, and I think especially when you look at what the Chicago Nation team has been able to do this season, even dating back to the fall season, and how they've been able to carry it into the championship spring season. Quite incredible, an undefeated season. But what I like about this team is the accountability they have with each other. Being able to share the ball, it's not one person putting up a lot of the scoring capabilities and numbers in those statistical categories. But this is a team that I think is really clicking across each line, through the midfield, the defense, and the forwards.
And it's a Goshen City team, their first year ever. looking to get to the round of 16 for Chicago Nation. They're looking at this as business as usual, but Kara, this might be the best team we've ever seen for Chicago Nation. They have not lost yet this season, only one tie on the season thus far.
And this Midwest Central Division is becoming more and more competitive. The Midwest in general is becoming more and more competitive. They even expanded to the Midwest East this season, which is really exposing the talent and the strength of the players and the teams that are coming out of this region of the country.
Yeah, and for Chicago Nation, no Dizdarevich today, Kara. Would that impact today's matchup? Second most goals on the Chicago Nation team, one of the best goal scorers in the Midwest Central Division. No Dizdarevich today. It's a lot on Zaha Shidkichenko's shoulders to get them the win today.
Yeah, I think Yaz is great over the free kick. He has a great service going into the box. But when you look up and down across the Chicago Nation team, there's a lot of different talented players that can certainly take on those responsibilities. How they move the ball, how well they move the ball, their possession game are really some key points that allow Chicago Nation to be successors in a lot of these competitions.
And for Goshen, look, they're the underdog in this one, Kara, but they did defeat a team that was also undefeated in Wisloka. What kind of confidence do they have coming into today?
Well, you got to have to ride on that, right? I mean, it's your biggest contribution and benefit coming into a game of this sort. If as a first-year team, you're going to learn as you go. Each single situation, how you warm up, every single minute of practice of the game is going to be a learning experience. So if you even get to this point, that's a success story in and of itself. How you go from here, you're going to learn a lot about yourself, your personality, your character. The youth will be exposed today against Chicago Nation.
Now, we saw Chicago Nation last year in the 2022 Spring Championship game. They almost lost that one, Kara, to a very good but very united SC team. Do they think about that today, knowing that they were that close to losing in last year's Midwest Central Division championship?
It's a year ago. I think you've already been through a fall season. You're now entering the spring championship season. A lot's changed. You can't hold on too tightly to situations like that. You can only approach the next situation as something new.
So we will take a break, and then the national anthem coming up next between Chicago Nation FC and Goshen here on SBS.
Hand therapists are highly equipped to help patients who require wound care, suture removals, and dressing changes. This includes, but is not limited to, burns, lacerations, skin grafts, incisions, and post-surgical suture removal. Wound care is a truly all-encompassing process. A hand therapist can help their patient to clean and dress wounds, as well as regain mobility that might have been impaired from scar tissue buildup or muscle atrophy. Location, severity, and patient history will all affect the healing process and should be considered by the hand therapist.
Good evening once again, everybody. Goshen City taking on Chicago Nation FC. Winner advances to the round of 16. Loser goes home. They might get
what's online and reaching to the national championship here for the United Premier.
Chicago Nation is in the blue and red, Goshen in the black. It'll be Da Fonseca between the pipes tonight for Goshen. Peru Debeneghai, just business as usual. He'll be between the pipes tonight for Chicago Nation FC. Winner advancing to the round of 16, loser going home. And a player to watch out for is Nateni, number 22 for Goshen. He was not here, Kara, when they played back in April. He's the X factor. If Goshen's going to advance to the round of 16, they need him to play an excellent soccer game today. We will start at 5:15. It's 5:15 on the dot. No Dizdarevich today. He has 7 goals on the season. We saw him get banged up in that round of 64 matchup last Saturday. And we'll see how they do without Dizdarevich today. Da Fonseca between the pipes. Gonzalez, Matute, and Kyle Ramirez in goal, the defenders for Goshen. The opposing defenders for Chicago Nation will be Wazerniak, Isaac Sutton. And here we go. Play has started here on SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone. If there's something wrong with the broadcast, make sure to let us know, and we'll get it fixed for you. Kicked out to the 25-yard line, played right now by Goshen. The net is placed for both teams at the end of the end zone. So when I say they're at the 35-yard line, means they're 45 yards away from scoring. Shitchenko gets it, passes over to the sideline. Goshen looking to steal, and they do. Here comes Goshen, 30 yards from the goal. Stop and start move. The young men from Indiana looking to pull off the upset today. Kick forward, reading it well is Chicago Nation. Goshen in the black will play it at midfield. Gonzalez calls for it and gets it on his right foot, then tapped over to midfield. Bad pass. Intended target was Cruz. Here comes Chicago, trying to set it up to Capitanos. Last played by Goshen, and Chicago will have a throw-in early on in the match. Throw-in awarded for Sutton. Played over to Butler. Sutton on his right foot. Sutton, 40 yards from the goal, played over to Alvarez. As Alvarez able to maintain possession, left-footed boot over to the 30-yard line. Kick forward off the foot of Klabjan. Now over to Shitchenko. Over to the sideline. Grafen sending it out in front. Headed. And he just missed. Kara, how did he miss that? As close as possible, but didn't score.
Well, this is something that Chicago Nation does really well, is how their midfield can organize and originate the playmaking coming from about the 30-40 yard line. And they cross the ball so well to the opposite post that these wingers and forwards for Chicago Nation are at the ready. Hey, you know what? How many chances do you get in soccer before you actually put one in the back of the net? And Chicago Nation is a team that, more importantly, creates the plays, gets the plays, and is able to execute. And I think one thing that's been really a striking difference in how Chicago Nation has played this season is how much offense they can put on the board early. You're talking about shots on net, services into the box, a team that really can put on the offense right from the first whistle.
And we'll see what Chicago Nation can do today without Dizdarevich, but they have Shitchenko. And Grafen, who joined the team a couple of weeks ago, has been kind of their go-to guy, especially without Dizdarevich in the lineup. Great boot over that time to Capitanos. Kicked out that time by Matute. It's a good kick out, Kara, but the problem with it is they can't regain possession and a throw in deep in their own territory.
Yeah, well, Capitanos is excellent at his first touch. His first touch in reception and how he can set his next play up is really impressive. And the way that Sutton can create along the left sideline and the left wing. I mean, this is a player in number 3 in blue that is really an all-around type of player and what he can do for a team. He wears that captain band for a very specific reason.
Inside the 10-yard line, stolen away by Espinoza. Sent up. Bad pass, though, Kara, and then kicked over to the 30-yard line.
It's a great feed inside. Just look at the 2-touch, 3-touch soccer that Chicago Nation has. And when I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the youth will show against Goshen. And Chicago Nation is just so good initially with their possessive game.
Well, it was a week ago, partner, but just so much momentum, so much energy that Goshen had to put into that match against Visloka. Do they have anything left in the tank to pull off another upset today?
I mean, if you're playing amateur soccer and you have a full-time job on top of all of this, it's also a 4th of July weekend, you're traveling, I don't know. It's time will tell.
If this game goes to PKs, is that advantage Goshen or advantage Chicago?
I think you have to look at its advantage to Chicago because of the goalkeeping.
Debenegai, one of the better goalies in the entire UPSL, just not the Midwest Central Division. Off the foot of Capitanos, tapped over. Didn't get a lot on it. Stolen away by Matute. And then kicked over by Nateni. Gonzalez back to Nateni. Nateni on his right foot. Capitanos got a piece of it. Get in the way of that passing lane masterfully. Then over to Klabjan. Klabjan right-footed boot. And then played over to the sideline. Over to Shevchenko on his right foot. Sending it over to the 35-yard line. Right on target to Capitanos. He stays onside. Switching over to the left. Shot. Good save by Da Fonseca. Second try. Left-footed boot. That save. Third try. Da Fonseca again. Well, partner, that might be the X factor for Goshen today. Can Da Fonseca make save after save, keep them in the ball game?
Well, Chicago Nation is very disciplined in how they position themselves for the rebounds inside the box. This is a team that can get those one-touch shots off or one-touch shots off on net, but the way that they position themselves for those rebounds is very well orchestrated. That goes to show the maturity and the experience of this team and how well they've been able to play year in, year out, season in, season out. But really a threat. Every single player on this field is a threat for Chicago Nation, especially when they're inside that 18.
Up in the air. Goshen had it, but Butler steals. Over to Sutton. Sutton on his right foot. Tapped over by Alvarez. Over to Butler. Butler back to Alvarez. Alvarez sends it up. That time to Klabjan. Right on target. Did he stay onside? Shot. Da Fonseca again. It was off the foot of Wazerniak. That one goes high off the foot of Capitanos. And partner, how much longer can Goshen stay alive? Shot after shot going off the body of Da Fonseca.
Yeah, they're highly prolific in the first 15 minutes of a single half. And you can see the defense here for Goshen being tested already. But Chicago Nation will not pull their foot off the gas pedal.
Is it charged? Okay. Back to the action. Apologize for that. Over to the corner. And headed away that time by Goshen. Header out in front, chance and a goal! Chicago Nation strikes first. A tap kick into the back of the net. And even without Dizdarevich, we're still playing on. I don't think it went in. That was crazy. I'm going to watch that in a second on YouTube. Kara, did you see that? I thought it went into the back of the net.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what was the situation on that opportunity, but Goshen obviously just trying to get the ball out of their defensive end, so restarting that ball quickly, imperative.
That was crazy. And remember, we don't have the electronic scoreboard, so we're the official clock. The ref down there let us know, but as of right now, we've got nothing. You watch it again. It's off the head. Tap kick. He might have been offside. And you see the call by the official, so it looks like an offside call. Still nothing. No, again. Past midfield and now played by Goshen. Potential push off. Debenegai will play it. Goal kick awarded for Chicago. If you're just joining us, Chicago thought they had a goal, but he was offside. Big break for Goshen. Off the body. Now played over to Tenney. As Chicago looking to recover from a goal they thought they had, but they were called against due to being offside. And Tenney, when he was talking to the Goshen News, he has never won any championships in the United States. He really wants to win, not just on today, but as furthest he can go with the Goshen City team. And Goshen's been phenomenal since they lost to Chicago back on April 22nd. They've outscored their opponents by a 28-5 margin coming into tonight. Tenney noted that in the first 3 to 4 games of the season, they were playing a different formation. The coaches, led by Tyler Bourne, they decided a different formation would help them. And as they brought new players in, they changed the formation, everything changed. But this is just a tall task for Goshen. They on the road, driving from Indiana, a Chicago team with a goal differential of 47-8. Phenomenal. And Chicago steals. Trying to get it over to Rzuski, but instead Debenegai will play it. Past midfield over to Capitanos. On the near sideline, Capitanos trying to break through the D. Throw-in awarded for Chicago. Sutton with a throw-in coming up as he sends it over to Klabjan. Klabjan with it, right-footed boot, as he sends it back that time to Butler. Butler to Alvarez. Alvarez inside the 45-yard line. Tap cook. Graffin. Ill-advised pass. He was trying to find Capitanos. Goshen trying to go on the attack. Counter-attack by Goshen. 25 yards away from the goal. Just ball possession has just been dominated by Chicago right now, Kara. What can Goshen do to make adjustments to try to win some of these battles, get the ball back?
Well, I think you have to be a pass ahead. I think you see Goshen taking a little too much time with the ball and their initial decision, and if you allow Chicago Nation to give you that time, look at this, they're going to put pressure on you. So you're not only going to get pressure from behind, I think Chicago Nation does an excellent job of doubling in the middle. It's a 2-3-man defense that comes at you through the mid and in the backfield for Chicago Nation. So if you have an understanding of where you want to move the ball to, if you're Goshen, that will behoove you in a lot of these situations. But through and through, Chicago Nation just exhibits a lot more natural soccer intelligence, I think, in the way that they can move the ball, and also the familiarity that they have with each other and their playing tendencies. But I just love their two-touch soccer. I mean, it's absolutely fluid and flawless when you look at how they move from sideline to sideline and through that midfield.
Yeah, it's a Chicago Nation team. There's a reason why they've only drawn once this year to a Wisloka team who was also undefeated, but no more Wisloka. Goshen beat them, and now it's up to Chicago to eliminate Goshen if they're championship dreams, they want to keep them alive.
Yeah, I don't think just beat them. You know, the Chicago Nation dominated
Right.
It was
They did,
2-0
but-
after the first half. And that's a team that just, you know, had a lot of ambition and a great start to the game. And this is a tendency of how this team performs. But just look at the composure of the team. I mean, it's all about possession.
That's an ill-advised play, Kara. That was close to in the box. Could have been a PK awarded for Chicago.
This is where Chicago Nation can also run you down. It's about 2/3 of the way through the first half, and how hard they play you, how much pressure they can put on the ball, on the offense, and also on the attack.
What do you want to do here, Kara? You're pretty far out for a shot. Probably a little chip kick, try to get a header into the back of the net.
Well, you know, this team is really good at feeding and serving inside the box. They really like those deep, high, far post services. Not much of a wall either.
Didn't get much on that. Easily deflected away by Goshen, but
But
Chicago's
look-
still with it.
Yeah, and look how well they can keep the play alive. Again, they play for those free balls, the 50-50 balls, and the rebounds so nicely outside of the 18.
Goshen now has it on the sideline. As I watch the free kick one more time. Yeah, Butler made a mistake. He tried to get it in the air. He just didn't get it done. But meanwhile, Chicago, with so many chances, they actually had a goal, but they were called for offsides. And this is probably one of the better Chicago games we've seen all season, Kara. They looked okay against Sueño. Then in the second half, they were outplayed, but they held on for the win thanks to some excellent saves by Devin Egghai. But it's a completely different Chicago Nation team tonight than we saw last Saturday. But all that matters is the score. So if Goshen can just hang on for a 0-0, 1-1 tie, it's anybody's game in PKs. Had it over to Sutton. Straight up in the air. And no call. It's a good job playing Shevchenko off the ball that time by Kyle Ramirez in goal. It's out of bounds, though, and it will be Chicago's number 4, Konrad Rozansky, to take it. Sorry, that's Sergei Wozerniak, a late add to today's roster. And blown dead by the ref. And a foul awarded for Chicago. Alvarez wants to play it, and he'll get it. Pretty far out, Kara, but you could try a little chip kick and then get it onto the ground and then redirect it back into the net. See if you can pluck it out of the air and then volley it into the back of the net. At the 33-yard line means you're 43 yards away from scoring. Up in the air, header, and good attempt, Kara, but that was going to be a tough one to get done altogether.
And Chicago Nation's very skilled at serving into that left side too, the far left post. A lot of these forwards and midfielders for Chicago Nation have a great ability to get up and play some really nice headers on the ball. But all in all, if you look where the ball has been for a majority of this first half, it's inside their attacking 40-yard line. So they're going to continue to get these chances, and Chicago Nation has repeatedly done that, especially here in the playoffs. And the numbers that they can put up in those offensive statistical categories.
Da Fonseca, what else can we say, but he's been fantastic today. We haven't had to say anything about Devin Egghai because Goshen hasn't had the ball at all today and barely inside the 30-yard line. It's an easy day for Devin Egghai when the other team doesn't have the ball.
Kyle, it's only a quarter of the way down in this game. Don't say easy just yet.
Right. But I don't know. It's a Chicago Nation team. They've been so close, but no cigar. They got to the national championship match back in 2021. They've been to the Elite Eight a couple of times. They're on a mission, and this is a Goshen team. Surprisingly, playing today, I thought it'd be Wisloka. Unless you get a superhuman effort from Da Fonseca, I just don't see Goshen winning today. But I have been wrong before. Not often, but I have been wrong before. Appreciate everybody watching the broadcast. The stream is active. Feel free to go on the stream and live chat with us your favorite FIFA World Cup, college or high school soccer memory. If you're wondering how Goshen got here, it was 1-1 at halftime against Wisloka. The first goal from Goshen was off the foot of Eli Simonis. A defensive lapse as Wisloka scored 30 seconds later, and then Netene with the goal, the game winner, to make it a 2-1 game. And Goshen has not lost since they last played Chicago on April 22nd. That was here at COD. Passed over to Goshen. It's a really quick Chicago team. You got to be quicker on your passes if you're going to beat Chicago today. Capitanos with it on his right foot. Tap kick out in front, off the foot of Butler. Double team, breaks through the double. On his left foot, shot just a little bit high. But good idea there, Kara, making the goalie think about it a little bit.
Well, you just have to also recognize how well this midfield interchanges with each other. In addition, when the wingers are making great moves going up along the sideline, there's just so much creativity with the two-touch passing that Chicago Nation has in the midfield. I think a large basis of how dominant these forwards have been for Chicago Nation is just the movement and the discipline and the development of the midfield here for Chicago Nation. It's really fun to watch. I mean, it's really fluid soccer and how well they can connect with each other.
Isaac Sutton with the throw-in as he sends it back over to Lebovic. Wearing number 20, he's usually number 22. And maybe he'll be even better wearing number 20. Maybe that'll be his lucky number. We'll see. First time we've seen him wear number 20 this season. Da Fonseca feels the pressure. Tap kick back to the far sideline. Chicago looking to steal. Ball still loose. Chicago with the steal. Here comes Nation. Over to Shevchenko. Shevchenko. The double team comes. Shevchenko to Graffin. Shot block. Graffin gets it. Another shot. A little bit wide. Man, Kara, it just feels like 10-on-1 right now. Da Fonseca against the entire Chicago Nation team.
Yeah, and this is also a team that finds the capabilities and the openness to shoot right away, and they're taking those chances. It's so well organized. Again, can't say that enough about how well the Chicago Nation squad is able to orchestrate and create these opportunities on the offense. You see here Goshen taking their time, kind of catching their breath right now and setting up this goal kick. Looking for a big boot.
Ball goes out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in coming up. It'll be awarded to Goshen. Don't like that pass one bit, as Chicago read it all the way. Got to find a way to get some ball possession, Kara. You're putting too much pressure on your goalkeeper early on in the match. Left-footed boot out to midfield. Two Chicago Nation players were around it. Then Capitanos kicks it forward. And then booted out to the sideline. Netene will play it. Back to Da Fonseca. And that ball is deflected out into the middle. Kicked forward. Just a little bit too much on it. Klabjan plays it. Klabjan past midfield to Butler.
Klabjan moves the ball horizontally so well for this team, and how well he can direct the ball from sideline to sideline. Player that can also move in the upper part of the midfield and to the back part of the midfield. Really has a tremendous amount of vision and how he can direct the ball, which immensely helps your forwards and your wingers in creating opportunities. Didn't get a chance to also talk about Isaac Sutton, number 3 for Chicago Nation, and how well involved he is in generating the attack, but also acting as a winger sometimes himself, and the way that he can overlap those balls, getting inside the attacking side for Chicago Nation.
This entire Chicago Nation team, just 1 through 11, very talented players, but I do want to give a shout out to Tabello Netene from State Fair Community College. And Kara, if he scores the game winner, perhaps his teammates will buy him something at the state fair.
Oh, like a butter cow?
Yeah, absolutely.
They have that in Minnesota.
That one's blocked. The Wisconsin State Fair is pretty fun.
They probably have a butter cow, too.
It's been a while since I've been to the Illinois State Fair in Springfield.
Oh, that's the NASCAR race this weekend. Didn't you know?
Ah. Thank you, Kara. You're here till Thursday. Try the veal.
No, I'm taking the 4th off.
Headed away by Isaac. It's a very interesting Goshen team. It's an international team, Kara. As you look at their roster off the website, when I was looking at it, it was very impressive. The goalkeeper from Portugal, you look at some of the starters. Ingold's from Goshen, but then you have Noel Alvarez from Honduras, Alan Galindo from Mexico, Samuel Marquis from London, England, Ariel Matut from Jatacalpa, Honduras. It's very cool. An internationally renowned team is Goshen. The intended target that time was Nick Capitanos. They have some local boys as well. Boye, who played early on in the year, no longer playing. And another guy to look out for, Eli Simonis from Cincinnati, or as some natives say from Cincinnati, Cincinnati. Shitchenko, and blown dead by the ref. Wait to see what the call is. Could be a foul committed by Goshen, and it is. What do you think's going into the mind right now of Da Fonseca? How many saves he's had, and he's going to have to continue making them to keep them alive for the round of 16?
Well, he has to, communicate with his defense to limit these opportunities that Chicago Nation is getting on these indirect kicks. But it's a test of endurance and stamina as to how you can hold off the Chicago Nation offense through the entire match.
Alvarez will take it. It's going to be a right-footed boot. Actually, no, it's somebody else, and that was going to be Alvarez, and then a late kick that time by Graffin. It's wide to the left. And you can see the frustration in Graffin's eyes, Kara, as he thought he was at least going to get that on net, but that was wide to the left. Winner of this game, of course, goes to the round of 16. Chicago Nation has one of the best records in the UPSL. If Chicago wins, they'll keep playing at COD in the postseason. Lead kick, but it's well read by Goshen. Ramirez Ingold got a good beat on it, but he does kick it out. Shitchenko with the throw-in. Zaha Shitchenko, partner, 13 goals. Lucky number 13 for him this season. As good as Goshen has been, they don't have a dynamic offense like Chicago has. You look at the stats for Goshen, 6 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws. Top scorers, Natene with 4, Bontrager with 4, and Casilla with 4. Just a fantastic defense, though. They've outscored opponents 28-5 since losing to Chicago. And Alan Galindo leads the team in appearances with 19. Alvarez playing it back to the defense. Left-footed boot. Alvarez plays it. Kicked forward.
Great
Capitanos,
feed.
the intended target.
Beautiful feed.
What kind of counterattacks can Goshen do once they get the ball?
Speed. That's the only way you can beat this defense. You have to have numbers around the ball, but they're not even able. When you look at the Chicago Nation defense, they're very team-oriented in that sense, and they're very well organized. And Lebovic is one of the main orchestrators and reasons behind that skill level of the defense. But if you want to be able to break that wall, you have to be able to execute with speed. And just look at these services coming from Chicago Nation. I mean, just beautiful serves that they're giving each other to allow themselves to be able to set up for a better opportunity. And Lebovic is so powerful along that outside left back.
Another free kick. I mean, Chicago's dominated every statistical category right now but the score. How much longer can Goshen hang on? That's the question. They got to find a way to get some steals, get some pressure, get the ball past midfield. Free kick. Header. That might have been headed by Goshen. That's what Chicago's arguing.
Well, they're going to keep this pressure on, too. Goshen is seeming fatigued at this point. Also, if you look at the travel and the game cancellation yesterday, there's some adjustments here that this team has had to make in order to even be able to compete today in the Midwest Central Division Championship.
Stolen away. Lead kick past the 40. Alvarez steals.
I mean, you can't get past them if you're going to move at a slow pace. You really have to have a lot of speed and execution, but it's execution and speed of thought, of decision making that will benefit you. Even if you get past the defense, you look at Chicago Nation's goalkeeping and you're like, maybe. And it's just, you have to have a lot more talent, I think, in how well you can orchestrate your attack here for Goshen. But Chicago Nation is just overpowering, and on each side of the ball. And that's been the case throughout the entire playoffs.
Lead kick. Was he onside? The ref says yes.
Nope.
And late call. They tried to play advantage, but
and this is good by Goshen. This is how you have to really ignite your attack and your offense, is how quickly you can have those restarts. But Chicago Nation they communicate really well on a high level, and how well they can set up their defense, especially in the midfield. I think that's a really key part, is how they can execute in between each end in their midfield on the defense and the offense. It's really something to see.
Alvarez with it, stop and start move. Goshen looking to steal and does. Gonzalez with it now. Gonzalez, 30 yards from the goal, stops the ball, resets.
Yeah, at that point you just have to try to give it a shot, right?
Chance for Goshen, shot! Beautiful save by Devin Eggai. Oh boy. Could there be an injury on the pitch? A lot happening there, Kara, as falling into the net. Great sportsmanship by Devin Eggai going over there to help out the fallen Goshen player. A twofer. He didn't score the goal, and he might be hurt on the play. You hate to see it, Kara.
Well, I'll tell you from experience, when that track gets wet and you're playing on a field turf that's in the middle of it, those surfaces do get extremely slippery. So if you're playing with cleats, once that surface meets each other, it's a really high likelihood that you're really going to be hitting the deck. And keep in mind that it's been raining for the past almost 24 hours here in the Chicagoland area, so there is a significant amount of water already concentrated on the ground for these players and these athletes to compete on.
Well, we'll keep you updated when we know. As you watch it one more time, a shot. The intended target was the forward in Andres Gonzalez Maza, and we hope he's okay. We'll take a break. More SBS action coming up next here on SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone.
Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Robert Mitten. As you can see, I'm part of the C1 team. C1 is gonna be #1. I had a Class B CDL license for about 4 years. I just upgraded to a Class A. When it comes to experience, I have about 6 months experience. I found this company by a good friend of mine named Andy. He also helped my cousin get in named Ricardo. And we have a friend of mine named Twan. He's here with us. It's a great company to work for. It's a growing company. Also, my supervisor, Danny, he's the best. He's a real good guy, man. Hey, Danny. With all the other drivers, everybody here, we all get along. We work together as a team. That's pretty much it, guys. Just, you know, if you're interested, apply. It's a great company to work for. The staff is perfect. C1 is going to be #1.
Still nothing game. Ricardo Garcia has to leave the pitch due to an injury as he fell into the shooting net, the practice net. And you hate to see it, but now over to the sideline. Kicked over to Alvarez. We'll keep you updated on Garcia's condition as we know more about it. But meanwhile, nothing game. As crazy as that sounds, Chicago still has not scored yet. And if Goshen can hang on, Da Fonseca being the man of the match, anything could happen in the penalty kicks. This is what happened in the round of 32 last season. Chicago outplayed Bavarian most of the match, but the best player on the pitch was Rowe, the goalkeeper for Bavarian United. And right now, in today's round of 32 match, the best player is the goalkeeper in Da Fonseca out in front. Ball loose. Ramirez Ingold sends it up as he sent it over to Galindo. Galindo comes in for Garcia. Over to Lebovic. On his right foot. Tap and go back to Lebovic. Good two-man game between Lebovic and Alvarez. Inside the 45. Kick to the far touchline. Off the head, looking to steal and will that time by Simonis. Tap kick over to Bontrager. Looking to steal that time is Groffen. Now over to Klabjan. Out in front, played over to Capitanos. Looking for a call, ref says to play on. To Bello Netene, nope, sorry, that's Ariel Matut. With it briefly, Matut with it. Sending it over to Espinoza. And back over to the goalkeeper in Da Fonseca. As Shevchenko kicks it out. Still early, Kara, but you got to be impressed by the game that we've seen from Da Fonseca.
He's definitely been able to keep his team in this game with the amount of offense that he's facing against in Chicago Nation, but the defense for Goshen really has to put on a lot more pressure. You see number 10 here for Goshen being able to come in after the game after that incident right along the baseline.
Garcia back in. Let's see if he's going to be able to play at the level he did before the injury. Back to Da Fonseca. I was looking for a foul, and they're going to call it that time on Chicago. Pretty blatant that time, Kara is pleading his case that time as Capitanos, but that's pretty much going to be a foul called every time. In the 37th minute, still no score. Chicago had a goal, but they were offside. Deben Eghai will pick it up. And then a little underhand pass to the 10-yard line. Sent over to Sutton. Then right-footed boot. Back over to Lebovic. And Lebovic sends it over to the other touchline. And then back over to his teammate in Lebovic. Looking for Capitanos. There to greet him is Gonzalez, but he can't get it. Capitanos with it. Gonzalez with the slide tackle attempt. Ball still loose. On the end line, ball goes out of play. Who touched it last? Waiting for the call, and it might indeed be a corner kick awarded for Chicago.
It is. Great slide tackle, though, coming from Goshen. Capitanos can be catastrophic in that area of the field because of his service coming from that left wing.
Butler on the corner. Not a great kick, Kara. Way too far away from front of the net.
Look at just how well Chicago Nation can keep this play alive, though. And Goshen's right there on the initial contact and the first touch, but how well can you accelerate and get the ball out of danger near defensive end is the bigger question.
Headed back over to the touch line, off the foot, played by Garcia. And out of bounds. Intended target that time was Natene. Chicago was outshot. Goshen today. More corner kicks, more everything. Capitano's with it off his head. Passing it to himself. He's guarded closely by Matute. Out in front, deflected away by Goshen, but Chicago gets it back. Butler with it. Butler trying to keep it in. Can he? He can't. Been a frustrating first half for Butler, Kara. 2 kicks, the corner kick and the free kick that weren't very good, and that time off his foot out of bounds. They definitely missed Dizdarevich, but they're going to have to move on and see if they can win without him in the lineup tonight. They still have Shidchenko and a bunch of other good players, including Graffin. Out to the 40-yard line, then kick back to the touch line. Fakes the pass, sent forward. Alvarez gets a piece of it. Wozniak back to the goalkeeper in Debeneghai. Debeneghai fakes the long shot. Instead, he'll tap it over to Lebovic. Lebovic inside his own 10-yard line. Fakes the pass. Slow-moving left-footed boot. And then sent over to the 35. Straight up in the air, good topspin on it, headed out by Goshen. On that ball was Jose Gonzalez. Throw it. Over to Butler. Alvarez with it. Still no score. Chicago's had their chances. Da Fonseca has been there to respond and avoid giving up goals. He's been a stone wall between the pipes. Can he do it for another 50 or so minutes? Sutton lost it. Good defense by Gonzalez, who said his name a lot today. Garcia over to midfield. Tap kick. It was off the foot of Gonzalez to Espinoza. Now to the touchline. Wozniak on the defense, but Goshen maintains possession. Ball loose. Past the 20, now past the 10. A good counter attack as that will go wide. Did anybody touch it? They're going to say Chicago touched it. Corner kick awarded for Garcia and Goshen. In the 42nd minute, Goshen with one of the few chances they've had. Garcia had one of those few chances. He had a shot that was blocked by Peru Debeneghai, and he actually got injured on the play as he fell into the practice net, the net they used for shot attempts to get ready for the match. As he'll kick it over to the other corner. The guys they want scoring are Natene, Bontrager, and Casilla. Also Gonzalez Maza. It's a Goshen team. They don't score a lot of goals from one player. It's a team-oriented offense led by Tyler Bourne, Tim Welkening, and Henrique Eichenberger. Out in front, headed away by Chicago. Garcia will play it. Garcia now in the end zone. Keeping the ball in. Sent over to the other touchline. Goshen will try it again. Shot partially blocked. Corner kick awarded again for Goshen. And what have you seen the last couple of minutes, Kara, where this offense is starting to click for Goshen?
Well, they're able to keep it inside their offensive end and being able to come away with some key corner kick opportunities. Garcia being a huge role in that opportunity for them to generate some great looks on the goal cage. You really have to slow the game down if you don't get many opportunities. So if you're inside this area of the field, if you can capitalize and get corner kick after corner kick, if you're not able to score a goal, that's really imperative to be able to close out the first half. We're getting some good looks on net.
Out in front, headed. And headed away by Chicago. Chance fakes the shot. Chicago trying to clear. Ball loose, picked up by Goshen. Inside the 5-yard line, kicked out in front, headed away, but it's headed right up the front of the pitch. Another chance, shot just a little bit wide. Off the foot of Mazza. And Deben Eghai gets back up. I thought he was cramping up for a second, but just had a trouble getting back up. Limited opportunities for Goshen, Kara, but when they've had opportunities, they've almost capitalized.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just getting some really good quality looks on net. And it only takes one, and this is also a defense for Chicago Nation and in the goalkeeper position where you're not getting a lot of reps, so you could be a little rusty when you start to get some of these looks. That's really a benefit for Goshen and how they can capitalize.
Over to Lebovic. Lebovic will play it. Looking for Butler. A lot on that pass. Can Butler keep it in? He cannot keep it in, but the ball is still in play. Butler trying to win that battle. Was last off the foot of Matute. And a throw-in awarded for Goshen. Netene. His intended pass was read well by Chicago as Netene tried to get it to Mazza. But here comes Shy Nation. Last touch that time by Bontrager. Throw-in awarded for Chicago. We are now in the 45th minute. Chat line still open. Feel free to go on the chat. Tell us your favorite FIFA World Cup pre-college or high school memory. Up in the air. Kicked forward. He's looking that time for Mazza. Now past midfield. Netene past the 40. And read well by Shy Nation. Deben Eghai will take it off his foot as he had Brendan Rzuski on his right. Rzuski over to Alvarez. Headed forward. That time by Gonzalez. Butler after it. And he finds his goalkeeper and Deben Eghai off his left foot. Slow moving ball. Sutton goes after it. Sutton with a good header, but no one home to get the pass. Gonzalez over to the touchline. Throw-in awarded to Sutton. So, Kara, if I had to say, I think we're going to have 3 minutes of extra time because of the injury to Garcia, but could be 2 minutes. Throw-in awarded for Goshen. So if you're Goshen, are you happy that it's a 0-0 tie? And if so, do you want to be conservative the last couple of minutes?
Yeah, I think a scoreless game is a good thing for Goshen at this point, but you really have to look on the positives coming out of the later part of the second half and how you're able to generate some quality looks and opportunities when having the ball, especially on the corner kicks. It has to be a huge point of emphasis opening up the second half for Goshen. I really like the ability for them to respond here in the first. On the flip side, if you're Chicago Nation, you have to be able to finish. You've had a lot of opportunities here in the first 45 minutes plus. And how can you capitalize and put the ball in the back of the net with the opportunities you've had? And the team will continue to push. They're fighters. They have that national championship on their mind, right at the tip of their tongue. They've been trying to pursue this for years.
Chance for Chicago. Oh, Graffin, Parter. They were a half inch away from possibly going to the round of 16. Whew, that was close. And that will do it for the first half. Graffin with a chance, but he can't score. And after all that, after all the shots on goal, Chicago is still tied with the mighty Goshen team. Who will advance to the round of 16? We'll find out 50 minutes from now. But for now, we're going to take a break. You're watching Goshen City against Chicago Nation here on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, it started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and it's goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
You love your pet, so why not protect them with genuine Subaru pet-friendly accessories? Choose from harnesses, carriers, kennels, ramps, cargo liners, seat covers, and so much more. Show your best friend a little love. Go to GeraldSubaruNaperville.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm Sean Rugstad, Caldwell Banker Realty. I'm out of the Glenview, Illinois office. I left Caldwell Banker a time of transition, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. I was gone for 2 years and I realized right away I had made a mistake. I love the culture of Caldwell Banker. It's built around the agents. That's something that I felt I was missing before. They promote success by everybody working together. Everybody can network. Everything about the company is the best.
Gather up the sports and fitness gear you aren't using anymore and sell it to Play It Again Sports. We will review your gear and choose what we purchase based on condition, brand, and store demand. We will then pay you on the spot, or you can receive additional incentive if you trade towards used or new products in the store. Gather up the sports and fitness gear you aren't using anymore and sell it to Play It Again Sports. We will review your gear and choose what we purchase based on condition, brand, and store demand. We will then pay you on the spot, or you can receive additional incentive if you trade towards used or new products in the store.
known for an innovative and client-centric approach. Aldridge is a sought-after team member for complex mission-critical substations. Widely recognized as one of the leading electrical infrastructure trade partners in the country, our unique approach energizes clients' projects through technology and innovation, proven execution, and lifecycle efficiencies to provide cost and schedule certainty. With more than 1,500 employees, 2,000 pieces of specialty equipment, and decades of knowledge of working on power systems across the country, our full scope expertise results in the unique ability to self-perform each scope of work. Aldridge can enter any substation project at any phase and perform with confidence. The Aldridge team produces quality results on even the most challenging projects. The services and benefits we can provide allow us to execute seamlessly. Inside or outside the substation fence, Aldridge is your partner.
There are only two kinds of people in this world: those who get committed and those who don't.
Before you find yourself in a housing standoff, get committed. Visit our website to learn more.
You are a seasoned loan originator. You've been around the block and have the portfolio to prove it. You should work here. You expect to be compensated fairly. You've earned the freedom to do what you're good at and the support that makes it possible. You should work here. You're a builder of relationships, a cultivator of trust.
Second half about to start. Kyle Smith alongside Kara Lentz. Nothing game, Kara. Chicago outplayed Goshen, but they got to find a way to at least get one goal tonight. What do they got to do to score and make sure they're onside, not offside?
Well, definitely continue to have the same number of opportunities that they had in the first half, but at this point, you have to be able to finish. They have those rebounds. They're there for the 50-50 balls. At this point, you just have to have the capability to finish and put the ball in the back of the net.
We'll see if any subs are made. Not seeing any right now. Da Fonseca has definitely been the man of the match. At SBS, we like to pick 3 men of the match, and we'll let you know as we get closer to the 90th minute who those men will be. But if this game becomes a 1-0, 2-1 final, it's hard to believe that Da Fonseca will not be our 3 stars of the match. It'll be Chicago ball in the second half. Groffen will take it. He had a chance partner a half an inch away from getting potentially the game-winning goal, but he was just to the left of the goalkeeper at Da Fonseca. Now Chicago's going to have to redo it here in the second half. Here we go. In 45 minutes, we'll find out who's going to the round of 16 and who goes home. Sutton. Send it over to Rzuski. Now to Lebovic. As Rzuski back to Lebovic. Back to the touchline to Butler. He's looking for Graffin. Graffin, good job avoiding the handball, but Goshen steals. Goshen with it now. It's played by Gonzalez Maza. Now to the touchline. Looking for Espinoza. Still at the touchline. And kicked forward. Played by Lebovic. Off the head, that time of Butler. It's out of bounds. Goshen ball. So, partner, if it goes to PKs, you still feel confident that Chicago Nation would have the advantage?
Time will tell.
Off the foot that time of Cruz. Now to the touchline. Sutton steals it. Sutton. Then a right-footed kick, that time by Lebovic. Goshen with the steal, off the body that time of Gonzalez Maza. Played by Netene. Inside the 15. Out in front, chance right now for Goshen. To the trailer in Netene. Sutton clears off the body. Graffin was after it, now over to Gonzalez Maza. Actually, no, that's Ramirez Ingold. Past the head of Garcia. Looking for a foul call, and it will be a free kick awarded for Chicago. The coaching staff from Goshen doesn't like it, Kara, but that was clearly a foul. And now playing will be Chicago's Alvarez. Mario Alvarez, a late add to this roster. They've had opportunity after opportunity and a goal that was called back because they were offside. Wozerniak. No look kick. He was trying to find Glabjan. It was last touched by Goshen. It goes off the body of Simonis. Glabjan with it. Over to Shevchenko. Left-footed boot. Off the hands of Da Fonseca. Great save by number 1. Garcia with it. Stolen away by Chicago. Looking that time for Shevchenko. Graffin after it. Goshen's Ramirez Ingold plays it over to Da Fonseca. Now over to Simonis. Simonis was fouled.
It was a great overlap cut coming along the wing too for Chicago Nation. Now you just see how quickly this team can move the ball in that two-touch passing, especially along the wings. Great flurry of action here to start the second half.
Da Fonseca, what a game he's had. And he's going to have to keep having a good game. Looking for a foul. As ref points. As a warning to both teams to watch out for it. Simonis will take the throw in. Ball on the pitch. A.J. Ostrowski sees it. Sending it over to his bench players. Emmanuel Lopez got the extra ball. Kicked forward. Simonis gets in the way of that passing lane. Good play by Simonis. Then kicked forward by Bontrager. Out in front to Garcia. Garcia with a block shot. Another try for Goshen. That one's blocked. Back-to-back block shots. Gonzalez Maza with the last shot attempt. Straight up in the air. Butler after it, as is Bontrager. And a throw-in awarded for Goshen City. Eli Simonis, one of their better goal scorers on this team, and they're going to need him in crunch time. And touching it, but he was out of bounds, so no handball. Would have been a free kick anyways at that spot. throw in. Over to Graffin. Now Butler plays it. Trying to find Graffin. It was blocked that time by Goshen. Garcia after it. Now over to Wazerniak. Kicked forward, blocked by Goshen. Throw-in awarded for Chicago. Oh, wow, they're going to say that Chicago last touch and a break for Goshen here, Kara. What do you want to see on offense from Goshen on this possession? Either a shot on goal or something good towards the net.
Well, they've been excellent off of the corner kicks, but I think at this point you're just looking for a good opportunity. Chicago Nation doing a great job right now. Look at the number of players that they have behind the ball. So if you're Goshen, you really have to push that ball back, look for that back pass, and try to find the opposite field for the cross ball.
And a foul committed.
You have to like the intensity, though, that Goshen has started out with this second half, certainly carrying it over from the first. You're going to see the stoppage of play here and the ball being reset just around the 30-yard line.
It's a very international team, Goshen is. They're led by head coach Tyler Bourne, but he grew up in Goshen. He lived there since he was 5 years old. He won the state championship in 2014 for Goshen High School boys soccer, and he played 4 years as a goalkeeper at Goshen College. Talk about a local boy, Kara.
Well, goalkeepers are sometimes the players that make the best coaches, too, with the way that they can communicate, see the field, understand the game. So it's really no surprise at that point at how some of these athletes who play in that position execute and start to form careers in the coaching career.
Well, Goshen is the underdog, Kara, and if they win, gosh, that would be an intriguing win for the underdog.
One for the books.
Well, there was nobody here at 5 o'clock, partner, and then we got a lot of Chicago fans right at 5:15. Lead pass, chance, shot, goal! Zaha Shitchenko, his 14th goal this season, kicks down the corner flag, and that might do it for the underdog season of Goshen. Partner, what a pass. Zaha Shitchenko with the finish. So how does Goshen regroup here, partner? Now you got to score at least once. Obviously, you want to score twice.
Yeah, well, you have to maintain that possession. I mean, they did have a lot of momentum up until that goal here for Chicago Nation, but the next 5 minutes are crucial for Goshen. If you're Chicago Nation, though, you were tapping on the door so much in the first half, keep pushing it. This is a team that can easily put up 2 goals in a single half, and they have done that this playoffs.
And if you're Goshen, does it get to you a little bit? You still haven't scored on Chicago yet this season.
You have to work on the micro game. You have to work on the small game. You have to piece together the plays. You have to execute the play upfield, be able to maintain that possession. You can't look too big. If you look too big in that macro aspect of the game, it's going to become overwhelming. But Goshen is a team that seems to be getting stronger as the game has gone on. I think if you're Chicago Nation, though, that's a sigh of relief. Again, if you look at the stats throughout the course of this playoffs, just how many numbers that Chicago Nation has put up, shots on goal, shots on target, corner kick opportunities. I mean, it really is a striking difference compared to the competition across the field and what Chicago Nation is able to do. And they're going to continue to do that. I think this is a team in Chicago Nation, like I said, that can wear you down over the course of a 90-minute regulation game.
When do you change your game plan if you're Goshen when you cheat the midfielders up and the defenders? The 70th minute or the 80th minute?
I think that depends on your sub-rotation. If you're going to go that late in the game. Chicago Nation is a team that usually has a number of players around the ball. So, you know, that can wear you out with fatigue over the cross of 2 halves. I think at this point, if you're Goshen, you want to respond. So whatever that means in your game management or even switching players in positions that are on the field, you know, that's a question that you really have to put into play at this point in the game. Especially when you look at a single elimination format, right?
Yep, single elimination. This is impressive, though, partner. When I saw that Wisloka was playing Goshen and Wisloka was the home team, an undefeated Wisloka team, I didn't give Goshen much of a shot to win that match, but they came back after blowing the 1-0 lead. They played hard, but this is just a determined Chicago Nation team, and this isn't even Chicago Nation at full strength. They do not have Dizdarevich today, who scored earlier in the year against Goshen. And then you got that man between the pipes and Peru Debenegha. He's only given up 7 goals all year. Shevchenko now with 14 goals. It's just been an impressive effort by Chicago Nation today. They actually had a goal in the first half. It was called back because of offsides. And for Goshen, look, Da Fonseca was fabulous in the first half. But you got to find a way to steal the ball, get possessions, win some possessions, steal some possessions. They couldn't do it in the first half, and then Chicago finally made them pay. Foul called against Goshen. Talking back to the ref is Goshen. Not happy about it. Meanwhile, foul awarded for Goshen City. In the 57th minute, Mario Alvarez will take it. And then boot it over to the 46-yard line. Stolen away that time by Goshen. It was stolen away by Kevin Cruz, the captain on this team. It's just been a Goshen offense that's been shut down most of the night. Tap kick, no one home to retrieve it. Andres Gonzalez Maza, he previously played his college soccer with the Bethel Pilots. And he's from San Luis Potosi, Mexico, and his previous schools was Preparatoria Matolina. As that's out of bounds, it'll be a throw-in awarded for Chicago. Kicked forward. Butler with the lead kick. It's a 2-on-2 if they hurry. Inside the 5-yard line. Hesitation move. Crosser. Header. Close, but no cigar for Chicago. Alvarez shot blocked. Alvarez trying to get it back. Stolen away by Goshen. Booted away by Espinoza to the touchline. Out in front. Reading it well is Chicago. Peru will not pick it up, and he'll kick it away. Throw in. Coming up for Goshen. It's a very international Goshen team like we previously talked about. Their assistant coach, Tim Welkening, is from Weinheim, Germany. And he played 13 years for the TSG 1862-09 Weinheim's Youth Academy. So we talked about all the players that are internationally based, and their coaching staff is internationally based. Lead kick, chance for Goshen. Shot just a little bit high, but he might have been offsides anyways. Bontrager with the shot. The flag went up. Offside from Bontrager. And it's still 1-0. If Goshen's going to tie this one up, Kara, who do they want to give the ball to? Probably Garcia, number 10. Foul committed by Chicago. Headed over near midfield, stolen away by Chicago, headed over. Good pass to Klavjan. Neither team has gone to the bench except when Garcia had to leave briefly for a potential head injury. Wozerniak with it, over to Grafin. Past the foot of Shitchenko. Gonzalez after it. Some pushing and shoving going on, but the ref says it's legal. We play on. Sutton. Kicked hard to the turf, waiting for the call. We play on. Either way, it was outside the box, so if a foul was called, it would have been a free kick outside the box. Chicago that much closer to going to the round of 16, but they still have to play excellent defense. Pass over to Garcia, and it was a foul committed anyways by Goshen. Butler taking his time, sending it over to the other touchline. Inside the 40, tap kick to Shitchenko. Left-footed boot. What a kick to Sutton. Chance for Sutton. Shot. Goal! Isaac Sutton carries, listed as a defender on the roster, but that was a fabulous move by Sutton to score and put the dagger into the hearts of the Goshen faithful. Beautiful pass to Sutton. He stayed onside. 2-0 lead for Chicago.
And this is what I've said about Sutton before, too. He's really effective at creating a play, but his overlap runs are excellent, and how the give and go can create some offensive power for Sutton along the wing. And this is a player that just has a great ability to strike the ball, and he can execute, and he can find the back of the net. And I just love everything that I see from number 3 in blue for Chicago Nation and Isaac Sutton. Sometimes I want to say Isaac Newton because I think he's so brilliant, but that's the jury's still out on that one.
Wow. He's just a great two-way player. He's listed as a defender, but
he's a midfielder. But if you watch the way that he creates in the game, this is also a player that can play on that forward line. And this is one of the midfielders that has the capability to feed the forwards for Chicago Nation. And these forwards do such a great job with understanding where the midfield is going to feed them, where they're going to be served, how they can create some 2v1s, especially along the wings. And Isaac Sutton is a player that notices the tendencies of those players, can feed you into space, but he'll also return it on the opposite end. And you see here the officials having a discussion with some members of Goshen City. This is the second time we've seen in this second half here, Kyle, where the officials have been talking intimately with some members of Goshen.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of time before Chicago Nation has the capability to open up scoring, to open up the game. They're going to continue to push on that attack. And like I said, the youth in Goshen will be exposed, and I think we've seen that so far to start the second 45 minutes.
Goshen fought hard today, Kara, but
The game's not over by no means, but this is where Chicago Nation can really start to dominate a game.
yeah, this is where Chicago's great in the last 25 minutes. But really, you didn't see any bad play from Chicago today. It's just been a purely great game from the opening kick. Yeah, they should have been onside to make it 1-0 in the first half, but
offsides is so common in soccer. You know, it's you have to push the limits of that defense, especially early on in the game. You have to understand how much you can push the line that the defense is holding for offsides, right? So it's up to them how low they want to push it, how high they want to push it. So you have to be able to understand the intellect of the opposing defense that you're facing in order to really understand where those balls can be served and where you can execute on the offense. And I know that because I was a defender. Okay.
headed away at midfield, kicked over. Then a tap kick, looking for Shevchenko. Lead kick. And a potential foul. Nope. It's going to be a foul committed by Chicago. Over that time to Espinoza. Now off the body. Tapped over. It was off the foot of Cruz, then tapped over to the touchline. Off the head. Looking for it is Goshen City. And now inside the 40-yard line of Chicago, tap kick over to the boundary. Off the body, and Shevchenko might be hurt. He's holding his ankle. Cannot afford that. They're already without Dizdarevich today. Goshen looking to go to the bench. Yehagler Castillo is looking to check in. Goshen a little bit desperate now, going to the bench, trying to get some fresh legs. Elmer Martinez looking to check in as well. And a foul committed by Chicago. It was committed that time by Nick Klavjan. It'll be Cruz. And here come the substitutions, Kara. It'll be Castillo and Martinez. And what do you expect from the substitutions here? Fresh legs coming out of the pitch for Goshen City.
Well, the first thing you want is energy. You need a spark coming off the bench. This is a good time in the game in order to be able to provide that. And you need some movement off ball. Where can you create those offensive opportunities? And also, I think what you've seen, especially from the conversations that we've seen the officials have with some of the players on the field, you need some level-headedness, right? So you need some people to come on that have some coaching or instruction coming from the sideline to be able to communicate and disseminate information coming from the bench. And these are X factors that you're talking about. At the end of the day, you need to score goals.
If you're wondering about Isaac Sutton's college career, he's from Carroll Stream. Went to St. Joseph High School. Out in front, Goshen trying to get the goal here. And Chicago looking to clear. Wazerniak clears it. He did redshirt at Lewis. And he was a nominee for the Great Lakes Valley Conference James R. Spalding Sportsmanship Award. Here comes Chicago inside the 20. Shevchenko trying to keep his balance. Stolen away by Goshen.
Great tackle. And it's here where Chicago Nation kind of bites you, right? As soon as you get possession, if you're not deliberate with your initial decision making and getting the ball out, they'll suffocate you. They have too many players. They're too well organized around the ball where you find yourself eating away clock and you don't have options. So again, the youth and the inexperience it comes into play in situations like that when you go against an experienced team like Chicago Nation. And as we mentioned before, each part of this season for Goshen is a learning experience. You're going to take this into your fall season. You're going to take some factors to work on, to hone in on. And these experiences are really going to behoove you for making it to deep in the playoffs the following season. But you're going up against a pretty formidable opponent in Chicago Nation. It's all, part of the struggle, really, right, Kyle?
Yeah.
Can't be a champion without struggling at some point in your playing career. It's humbling.
It's very rare. Now, this is a Chicago Nation team that could go undefeated if they keep winning, and, of course, winning the championship. But it's very rare to go through a season without facing any adversity. And you kind of saw it in the Wisloka game. You saw it from the faces of Chicago. Look, there's a chance that we could lose early on in the postseason. Nothing is guaranteed for us this year. We have a very talented roster, but we're gonna play some very talented teams come playoff time. And they didn't play their greatest soccer in Sueño. They played a decent first half, not a good second half. But you can see that when Chicago Nation is just firing on all cylinders, it's a team that's just tough to beat, which is why they haven't been beaten all year.
And, when you look at across amateur soccer this year, and there's a huge incentive when you're looking at the United Premier League, the winner of the Nationals gets an automatic berth into the U.S. Open Cup, which includes MLS teams, amateur teams. If you make it all the way and win, that's a $300,000 prize.
It's a good chunk of change. It's a lot of broadcast.
I don't know if that's motivation to you, but it's huge this year. This is the first time that the winner coming from the United Premier Soccer League has gotten a berth into that competition with U.S. Soccer. So it's a big honor to even have that playing field be exposed to these teams in amateur soccer. But I think it goes to show the growth, the popularity, the strength of the sport, not only the region, but among this league and nationwide, in order to open up the playing field to a lot of these athletes who can show them what they got.
If Chicago wins today, they would play Detroit United most likely on Saturday, the 8th of July. So if they win that, they go to the quarterfinals. The other team still alive in their bracket is FCY New York, New England, American, and the Bridge Sports Club.
And with opening up the Midwest East region, that's new too for this league, and it's always been predominantly exposed, I think, in the Midwest, in Chicago, Indiana, Illinois. But now they're really pushing that the Midwest region out to the eastern parts of the Midwest, such as Michigan.
Yeah.
So even having that division, I think that shows how much this sport and this league and these players are being given the opportunity to show their strengths and their capabilities as soccer programs.
Well, let's say Chicago holds on for either a 2-0 or 2-1 win. Detroit United, 6 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. Pretty good goal differential of 21, 20 points on the year. 37 goals for, but just not as impressive as Chicago's stats. But we'll see. Anything can happen, Carrots. Like you said, coming into the broadcast, anything can happen in a single elimination tournament.
That's all the more importance to make adjustments in game when you need to, such as Goshen City putting in the subs at this point. This it's 90 minutes regulation, but this game goes by very quickly if you don't have the capability to make those in-game adjustments, and it's very, very unforgiving.
What were some of the good things you saw from Goshen? What would you like for them to improve on?
I think their response in the later part of the first half to start the second, I think they had the intensity, but it's their intensity of thought and the decision-making and how quickly they're able to restart the play that I think really benefited them. They're excellent on their corner kicks. I think the later part of the first half, you saw some great looks coming from Goshen City in that regard. But this is, again, is a Chicago Nation team that will wear you down over 90 minutes. And that youth will be exposed.
A Chicago team that's been very impressive from the opening kick. 2 goals today, one by Sutton, one by Shidchenko. A beautiful pass. In fact, both passes and both goals were very impressive. And now they are 20 minutes away from going to the round of 16. Over to Wozerniak. Now back to the defense. Chicago, if they want, can waste a little time, but they're staying aggressive. Lead pass to Shidchenko. Off the foot of Alvarez. Now to Wozerniak. Out in front, and not a great kick by Wozerniak. It'll be a goal kick awarded for Da Fonseca. Don't go anywhere. The post-game show brought to you by SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Kara Lentz will pick a SBS man of the match player, and the way this match is going, Parter, it might be Isaac Sutton.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know. Should we take a poll? Let's pull up a poll here.
All right.
What are people saying online?
Go on the live chat for all the Chicago Nation fans who you want for the post-game show. Can't go wrong with either Shidchenko or Isaac Sutton. They've both been phenomenal. And we still have some time. I would be really shocked, though, if Chicago gave up 2 goals in 10 minutes. Goshen's Wendell Casilla is waiting to get into the match. And they need him to score, and they need him to score quickly. Off the foot, Chicago pleading their case. And they're going to say it was last touched by Lucas Pantreger. Casilla now into the match. It's definitely ideal soccer conditions, Kara. It's overcast, not too hot. We've had a lot of rain today.
I think the wet surface, to some degree, aids to that as well. You have the ability to slide on the turf a little bit more feasibly.
And it's turf, so it drains better than a grass field.
I'm used to field hockey, so it is a wet turf.
Right, right, yeah.
Which means you can dive on it belly down. Which is a lot like slip and slide. I don't know if you're familiar with.
Do you still play intramural field lacrosse? You still play a little bit?
Lacrosse? No.
What did I say? Field hockey.
No,
My goodness.
you said lacrosse.
I did say lacrosse. I blew it. Do you still play field hockey?
No, I don't. As soon as I got my finger fractured and had 10 pins put into it and reconstructed with my tendon to my bones, I decided to hang up the cleats.
Is that why you became a reporter? So you could stay in the field?
No, not at all.
Do I get a point for that one?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
E for effort?
No.
Gotta try harder. Wendell Casilla from the Goshen Maple Leafs. Very impressive career. He's from Kenya. In 2019, he appeared in 4 games. Majored in psychology. And his favorite movie is Would You Rather. He likes Manchester City. Impressive what Goshen was able to do in this tournament. Beating Wisloka on the road. Recovering in the second half after giving up the equalizer. But just too much Chicago Nation today. One of the last opportunities for Goshen today, looking for Matute. Shidchenko with the steal. And he gives it to the bench player in Mijatovic. Mijatovic looking for Shidchenko, and now inside the 30-yard line. Graffin going after Ramirez in goal. Back to Da Fonseca. As now playing in is Andres Gonzalez Maza. Goshen trailing by 2. If you're just joining us, they gave up both goals in the second half. Chicago had a goal in the first half. It was called back from offsides. A couple of chances, Kara, but very good defense by Chicago. They limited the opportunities for Goshen tonight, as we'll see some substitutions coming in for Chicago. Julio Torres will check in, as will Lucas Sulka. Great game by Adrian Graffin. As they'll get ready, they'll host Detroit United on either Saturday or Sunday. Offside committed by Torres. He's struggled with that, Kara. That's now his third offsides in just his last 5 minutes of action.
Well, he's really pushing that line of the defense too, looking for any inch of benefit, an opportunity to get behind the Chicago Nation defense. And this is a Chicago Nation defense that also holds their defensive line really well, and that goes to show the communication and the discipline that they have and how well they can be formed in going up against the attack.
Out in front, Goshen with an opportunity here. It was off the foot of Casilla, and now played by Sutton. Over to Alvarez. He's looking for Torres. Torres trying to stay on side, and then kicked back to Da Fonseca. Da Fonseca tried his best to keep them in this one. Matias Da Fonseca is also the marketing and social media manager. He's been managing their marketing opportunities and their social media content. He played 6 years at SCU Torrense's Youth Academy, and he graduated with his degree in business and sports management. And he's also currently assisting the athletic director and managing the social media pages for the men's soccer and volleyball teams. They go by the Goshen Maple Leafs. And like the NHL's version of the Maple Leafs, Kara, they're just going to come a little bit short.
Burn.
Do you know the last time the Toronto Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup?
When they were part of the original 6?
Well, they are the original 6, but do you know the year they last won the Cup?
When they were part of it, when there were only 6 teams in the NHL.
I don't think so. I think there were expansion teams. It was in 1964.
Well, not that far off, then.
But it might be. There might still be just the 6 and 64. Goshen, they have a good future, though. The Maple Leafs. See what they can do in the fall and the spring. And maybe this will become a rivalry between Chicago Nation and Goshen City. But for now, Chicago Nation is winning that rivalry in terms of 5 goals for and 0 goals against. Throw-in awarded for Wozerniak. Kicked out in front. Good pass chance. Volley kick. Off the foot that time of Lopez. It's all Chicago today in the 84th minute. Scoring both goals in the second half. Now looking for Castillo. His kick headed away by Chicago. Free kick awarded for Chicago. Torres. Creating a lot of havoc there out on the pitch. It's going to be a fun one, Kara. Detroit United against Chicago here in Glen Ellen. That's a long drive for the Detroit players. Out in front, looking for Casilla. Casilla trying to keep it in and does. Over to Garcia. And then kicked over to Castillo. Castillo calls for it, passes foot. Slide tackle attempt, that time by Mijatovic. Now to the touchline, playing it by Matute. As Matute sends it over to the touchline, Garcia on his left foot. Then right-footed boot, headed away. Last touch by Wozerniak, throw-in coming up. It'll be played by Matute. Now played over to Castillo. Now over to the touchline, right-footed boot out in front. Header, straight up. And Sutton was going to go after it, but Debenegay says to get out of the way. We haven't talked a lot about Devin Egghide today, Kara. What have you seen from him? He hasn't been tested a lot, but he has made do with the limited opportunities that he's seen his way.
Yeah, well, I think he's keeping his defense in front of him very well organized. And also, I think in these instances, as a goalkeeper, if you don't have a lot of touches on the ball or plays in the game, you have to stay mentally sharp. And I think you've seen that from the Chicago Nation goalkeeper today and his capability just to be engaged in the game, which is sometimes the hardest part. But consistency, and that's really been the name of his game. You know, even speaking with Will Butler to start the game, he thinks that his goalkeeper is definitely the best in the nation, and that's saying a lot. I think when you look across the talent in this league, but you have a tremendous amount of confidence in your goalkeeper and how they can keep you in games, and that really gives you the capability to play your game, accelerate your game when you're in the field.
Working on the clean sheet is Devin Egghide. Like I said, don't go anywhere. Post-game show coming up next, and it's your last chance to live chat who you want for the post-game interview. Free kick coming up for Goshen City. It'll be played by Elmar Martinez, who did not start today. Martinez, right-footed boot, chip kick. Up in the air, headed over in front. No one home to boot it in. And Devin Egghide will take his time. In the 87th minute, it kind of feels like the second half's gone a little bit slower than the first half. Emmanuel Lopez will take the ball for the throw-in. And instead, he'll pass it off to Sutton. Just shows the depth of the Chicago Nation team without their second best goal scorer. And they still found a way to score 2 goals today, both in the second half when they needed it most.
That's really been the name of the game, too, for this offense in Chicago Nation is the number of players that share the wealth of the scoring. I think that just goes to show how much they trust each other across all lines and positions.
If you're wondering, Detroit United, they were not great away from Detroit. 2-2-1, 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. Advantage Chicago, but like I said, single elimination, anything can happen. But I'm looking forward to that next Saturday or Sunday. At the corner, and kicked away by Castillo. His full name is Yehagler Alexander Y. Castillo Matut. Butler taking his time, and Goshen tried to steal. Chicago saw it all the way. Throw in over to the 5-yard line, trying to keep it in, but can't. Throw in awarded for Goshen. In the 89th minute, we haven't had a lot of stoppages this half, so we might end it at the 91 or 92nd mark. At the touchline, as Castillo steals, send it over in front, and then boot it over to the touchline. Calling for it and getting it is Gonzalez Maza. Lopez steals, sends it over to Sutton. And Sutton, his pass is intercepted. Now retrieved near at the far touchline. Butler after it, tapping it over to Peru Temenegay. He is from Mexico, one of the better Mexican goalies in the UPSL. At the near touchline, and he did touch it with his hands, but the ball was already out of bounds. Slide tackle attempt. Almost got the steal there. Throw in. Past midfield. Headed away by Wazerniak. Getting a piece of it was the benchman in Rosansky. and then picked up by Da Fonseca. Quick pass, delivered 30 yards away from the goal. Out in midfield now, in the circle, as it's played by Gonzalez Maza. Reading it was Wozerniak. Playing it is Garcia. Now Castillo has it. Castillo, tap and go. A lot of passing. Seeing it all the way to Chicago. And now over to Emmanuel Lopez at the touchline. Greeting him was Bontrager. Now turnaround kick in the center circle. Great pass. Was he onside? He wasn't. Good idea, though, especially when you're up by 2. Try to get it over to Shitchenko. The Goshen fans have been very quiet this second half. In fact, you haven't really heard much from them, Kara, after it was 1-0 Chicago. Da Fonseca out of the net. If you're Goshen, what do you think the ride home's going to be like? Disappointed, or you fought hard, it just didn't happen for you today?
I think it depends on how much effort you thought you gave on the field today, and I think they've given a great effort. If you can put it out in the field, you never feel disappointed when you step off of it, even in a loss.
Time dwindling on this Goshen underdog story. Good pass, and that was a great save. Here's a chance for Torres. The icing on the cake of a blowout victory for Chicago Nation. The man off the bench, Julio Torres. It's all Chicago today. How about that? They beat him 3-0 the first time they saw him, and they're going to beat him 3-0 again. There's really nothing you can do, though, Kerry. You got to cheat up the midfielders. You're down 2, your season's on the line, but that's what happens when you cheat up the midfielders. Yeah. Breakaways can happen against you.
Yeah, it's pretty much unavoidable.
So Torres makes up for his previous offsides mistakes, and that's why he's in the game. He can make some mistakes out there. He's a young kid, but the young pup can also score goals. That's what he did there. When they needed it most, they got it. The exclamation mark on a fantastic victory from Chicago. I can't think of any mistakes that Chicago made today. Can you think of any, Kara?
No.
Yeah, it was just a fabulous game by Chicago. And they're looking to score again. Over to Torres. As Torres takes his time, he stops the ball, then he's kicking it backwards to the touchline, just wasting time. Good game by Goshen today, Kerry. Just can't win any soccer games, obviously, not scoring any goals. You got to find a way to get that ball into the back of the net. They just couldn't do it today. Inside the 30-yard line. Played right now by Andres Gonzalez Maza. Now over to the touchline. Out in front. Headed away. Wozerniak went after it. Turnaround kick. And he feeds it to Yehegler Castillo. Left-footed boot. Inside the 10. Block shot. Looking for the handball. Getting away with the shot that time. Blocking it was Sasa Lebovic. A lot of extra time, Kerr. We're now in the 94th minute. Corey Miles looking to check in. Ricardo Garcia will take it. Goshen now playing for pride's sake. All 3 goals scored by Chicago Nation in the second half. They were outscored and outshot in last week's second half against Sueño FC, but today we're not outshot and we're not outscored in either half. Butler, he started today, well-deserved seat on the bench as he gets ready for a do-or-die game against Detroit United. They're all do-or-die going forward. And that will do it. Chicago Nation, the dream is still alive. They advance to the round of 16. Goshen fought hard. It was tied at halftime. Just not enough offense from Goshen. It was kind of non-existent in the second half. Meanwhile, Chicago scored 3 times. Very impressive, Kara. 3 goals by 3 different goal scorers.
And that's exactly what Chicago Nation has been doing. It's just how well they can share the ball on offense. But you really have to respect at how complete a game this team is able to play during regulation in 90 minutes, how they possess the ball, how well they share the ball. Really a whole team effort and something that's boding very well for them to make a deep run in the national playoffs.
Any final thoughts, Kara, before we go to the post-game show?
Nope. I think I shared them all.
Well, we're not going to tell you who we're going to get in the post-game show, but feel free to watch, and it's going to be a treat for you because there's a lot of different players we could choose. We'll let Kara choose, but 3-0 win for Chicago Nation as they advance to the round of 16. But for our excellent crew, for Kara Lentz, I'm Kyle Smith. Post-game show coming up next here on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. But my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway, a 2-on-0, a shot, and a goal! So 3-3, the power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
You love your pet, so why not protect them with genuine Subaru pet-friendly accessories? Choose from harnesses, carriers, kennels, ramps, cargo liners, seat covers, and so much more. Show your best friend a little love. Go to GeraldSubaruNaperville.com to learn more.
Attention, growth-minded contractors. Are your appointment cancellation rates increasing and your margins decreasing? They don't have to. We have the solution to help you turn those numbers around and grow your business, regardless of the economy. Engage clients before appointments, decrease last-minute cancellations, and increase keep rates with our easy-to-use virtual home designer tool. Clients will be actively involved by uploading their house pictures that personalize the design process. Your clients can change the design of their house and upgrade the parts they want with our product catalog. Clients can download the design report, accelerating the process and closing the deal quickly. Impress your clients and
Welcome to the post-game show on Sports Broadcast Solutions. I'm Kara Lentz, and I'm joined with the captain of Chicago Nation, the Midwest Central Division champions of the United Premier Soccer League. And Isaac, this team finished the season undefeated, but a tremendous effort today coming out with a 3-0 victory. Your overall thoughts on how the team executed?
I mean, this is what we've been striving for since day one. I can't be more proud of this team, especially, believe it or not, through all the ups and downs. We did have a lot of downs, even though we came undefeated. We said it from the beginning. We're all brothers. We're in this together. We lose at the team. We tie at the team. We win at the team. But most importantly, we stuck through at the team, and I can't be more proud of this accomplishment. But most importantly, it's the only beginning, you know.
When you look at what this team has been able to do, not just this season, but how has it culminated over the past couple of seasons? And ultimately, where is this team heading? Where are they hitting their stride? What's the ultimate goal?
Yeah, I mean, this is my 4th season here, so I've been here since the beginning. So I've seen the growth in this team. I know where we can strive, and believe it or not, we have it.
Why was that not champagne?
I don't know. You tell me. They're the one who got me. Well, like I said, believe it or not, we haven't even hit full stride yet, and we know we have so much more potential and so much more to come through. But like I said, this is only beginning. We have a long journey ahead. We take it game by game. We're 4 games down. We want to win the national championship, but most importantly, we're on the next round.
You're part of this midfield that contributes so much to how the forwards are able to perform and execute. It's not just one player, which leads me to believe that there's a tremendous amount of trust and accountability that exists within this team. Can you elaborate on that and how true that is?
Yeah, we said it too. It's not just 11. We're literally 30 deep. We have the next guy up. We had a big injury. We had the next guy come in. We have a deep bench. We believe our bench is just as good as the other team's first team. So we have all the trust in someone. If they're out injured or if they're out with a suspension or anything, we have trust in every single player here.
All right, Isaac, we'll go enjoy the win. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to do it for the post-game show on Sports Broadcast Solutions. Good night.